Hi everyone, I'm Emily and I'm here with Richa and Reed to teach you how to make paper plate jellyfish. Let's get started. So first, let's go over supplies. You need paper plates, you need tissue paper. If you don't have tissue paper, construction paper is fine. Any type of fun paper you might have, wrapping paper. You could cut things out of magazines if your parents are okay with that. You can also just use markers. The tissue paper will be the color of the jellyfish, so whatever you can think of that will make that work. You need a Sharpie or a black marker. You need some form of string or yarn. You could also use an old t-shirt and cut that up to make string. You can use googly eyes, but it's optional. You'll need glue. Stick or liquid is fine. Hole punch. If you don't have a hole punch, then you will just need scissors, but you'll need scissors regardless. Okay. So let's get started. Woo! So the first thing we're gonna do is we are gonna take our tissue paper and we're going to cut out some squares. So the way I'm gonna do it is tissue paper comes and there's already layers to it, which makes it super easy to cut a bunch of squares. So I'm going to make my squares medium size. I don't want to make them too small because then it'll take me a really long time to finish this craft. So I'm going to make about medium size squares. So I'm just going to cut the paper like this. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And of course, if you are not super comfortable with scissors or your parents don't feel comfortable with that, then you can just rip the tissue paper. That will work as well. Okay. Put that aside. And so now I have this long strip. I have this long strip of tissue paper that I'm now going to cut into my squares. Just like this. And be super careful with your fingers. And I'm making a bunch. And I'm just gonna keep going till I finish with this. I don't know how many of these squares I will need. So I'm just gonna make more so that I'm prepared. Alrighty, so now I have all these squares of tissue paper. Can you see? It's a light color. Okay, so now I have all of these, and what I'm going to do now is get my paper plate. Okay, so sometimes paper plates stick together, but I think that this is just one. So you just need one paper plate and your marker. And what you're going to do is draw a wavy line on the bottom of your paper plate. So I'm going to say that it's 2/3 down. So if we think this is 1/3, this is 2/3, 3/3. So I'm going to make my wavy line right about here. So let's do it. So you're just going to draw a wavy line, oops, up and down and up and down, just like this. See that? Super easy. Okay, great. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to cut on that wavy line. So I have a little trick that I like to do. I'm just going to cut straight across the bottom so that I don't have to get through all this paper plate. I'll show you what I mean. So I'm just gonna go like this, straight across. This is my first step. Straight across like that. And now I'm gonna actually get into the waves. I'm gonna cut that out. And again, this part, you do really need scissors for it. So if you don't feel comfortable, ask a parent or an older sibling or anyone who feels comfortable. So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna cut along the wavy line that we drew. Going up and down, up and down, and you can see here how it's coming along. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just whatever happens, happens. And you can always start over again. No big deal. So I am cutting along. I'm almost done. Right to them. There we go. Okay. So this is what you should have now. You should have, this is going to be the head of your jellyfish. So you have a paper plate with a wavy bottom. And as you can see, I have some marker on here. That's okay. Doesn't matter. So the next step is get your glue. Make sure you have all your little tissue paper next to you. And you're going to glue the tissue paper onto the head of your jellyfish. So I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to start in the middle and just really focus on making that look good. Da, 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 da. See, put all my glue on there. I'm going to move quick. I don't want it to dry. And I'm just going to toss it on. Doesn't have to be super clean. You could do it however you want. Just have fun. Throw it on down. Boom. Boom. A little bit there. Oh, a little bit there. Let me show you what it looks like right now. Okay. So I'm just going, I'm overlaying, that's fine. Don't worry about it. And then we're going to continue all over the paper plate. This is, like I was saying when we were going over the supplies, if you don't have tissue paper, you could also just draw this. And in some ways, that's just as much, if not more fun, because you can draw whatever you want. But let's keep going. I'm putting all my glue down. This glue is very fun because it goes on purple and then dries clear. So I have my glue all over. I'm going to keep sticking these on. Boom. Boom. I'm adding sound effects as I do this. Boom. And again, I am truly just like throwing them on there. It does not have to be perfect, although if you want to be more specific than I am, then absolutely do that. If you need different shapes of tissue paper to cover the glue spots or the open patches, then just rip it, put it on there. I'll turn it around and show you in 1 second. Let me just get it all set up. Trying to beat the glue. I don't want it to dry before I'm done with it. Okay, so I'm going to show you, oh, wait, one more. I'm going to show you a few things, okay? So at this point, I have my paper plate. I've covered it with my tissue paper, but like I said, I wasn't being very particular about it. I was sort of like throwing it on, just like having fun. But you can see I sort of have all these edges and it looks, you know, it's not round like a jellyfish. So in that case, I'm just gonna clean it up. Just clean it up a little bit. Not a big deal. Rip a little off. Looks a little bit nicer. Whoopsie. Keep going. Okay, and again, I have this little patch, so I'm just going to fill that in. Ooh, okay. So this is the base of my jellyfish. See how it matches? So next what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the tentacles. Jellyfish don't have legs, they have tentacles, and they have, I don't think they have a specific number, but I'll look it up and I'll put it here so we can figure that out. They're not like octopi, who have 8, I think. So here's how we do tentacles. So you're going to need your hole punch and what we've done so far, and you're going to punch holes along the bottom part of the base of the jellyfish. You can do as many holes as you want. There's no specific number. So I'm just going to start, and I like to leave a little bit of an overhang, like I can show you here. See how there's a little bit that doesn't have holes? I'm gonna do that for this one as well. So I'm just gonna punch my holes, and I want you guys to be able to see this, but I also wanna make sure that I'm focusing and not hurt myself with this. Can you see what I'm doing? Yes. One trick that I would tell you guys is to make sure you don't put your holes too close to the edge of the paper plate because you need the yarn to stay in it. Okay. You guys want to see? My dog is sitting here next to me. He's my little helper on this project. Oops. This is a little bit of a hand workout. Very gentle and careful when you do this. And I'm going to do one more hole. Okay. So this is what it looks like from the back. And this is what it looks like from the front now. Look, I look like a jellyfish. Okay. So what I want you guys to do now is, now that you've punched all these holes, let's count how many holes we've punched. So in my case, let me just clean that up a little bit. My hole punch didn't go all the way through. Okay, so in my case, I have, let's count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 holes. Let's remember that. 13 because, gotta put the glue cap back on, we need to cut 13 tentacles. So let's do it. So I'm gonna open up my yarn, and I chose pink. It's sort of a nice, fun color palette, but you can do whatever you want. And I'm just gonna pick a size for my tentacles. So I think this feels like a good length to me, but you could do super short, you could do super long, you can do whatever length that you want. But I'm gonna use this, and I'm gonna use this as my ruler. So I'm gonna put it down, and I'm just gonna measure everything out against it. I'm gonna make 13 equally length pieces of yarn. I have 4 so far. Okay, so we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 8. So I need, how many more do I need? 7? Right? Finish my math. 8, 5. It's okay, math can be hard. Okay, so now we have our yarn. We have 13 tentacles, and we're going to tie them in knots into the holes that we built, or that we punched these holes. Okie dokie, so I like to go in through the front and out the back to tie these. And I'm gonna double knot them. So do it once, and then twice, voila. Okay, and then you'll have a little end piece. You wanna just trim it. Don't trim it too much because the knot will come undone. And then we're just gonna keep going for all the holes we did. You guys having fun? I am. I really love the color of this yarn. I don't always like pink. It's not one of my favorite colors, but I love this pink. This pink is very pretty. But you, of course, can use whatever color you want. It really doesn't matter. Just keep tying, 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 tying. See? Going along. Can you see? I'll show you. So we started, this is the back, and then this is what it looks like from the front. And we can clean this up where the stuff is sticking out. We'll do that at the end. So keep going. Ah. I like to hum or sing while I'm working. What do you guys do while you work or have fun making crafts? Uh-oh. Okay, I've got a few of them done. Getting close here. Getting really into it. Okay. It's looking good. It looks like I'm halfway done. Just keep on going. Sometimes it's hard to get the yarn through the hole. Oopsie. Made this knot a little bit too short. Okay, I only have 4 more tentacles left. And I did count right, that's good. That is good. And again, I'm double knotting these because my yarn is a little slippery, so it comes undone if I don't. Another option, in case you don't have the hole punch, is one, you can use your scissors to make holes, but again, be really careful with that. The other option you could do is you could take your string like this and just lay it on top and then tape it along the back if you had tape. That would be a good way if you don't have a hole punch. You could also glue the yarn on. I think glue would work. Maybe not a glue stick, but a regular glue. Boop. Oh, is this one coming undone? Oh, you know what? Here's an example where I didn't double knot it and it was coming loose. Okay, and the last one. Okie dokie, in we go. Oops, almost broke my paper plate. Oh my goodness, okay, okay. This one came undone too. Gosh, did I not double knot some of them? 1 second, okay. All right, so this is what it looks like at this point. See, we got some tentacles, and I have a little bit of, you can see some extra short strands, so I'm just gonna clean that up. I'm just gonna give it a nice little trim on the back, just so it looks a little cleaner. Not too much. It's okay if you don't want to do this part. You can keep it like that. Okay. Just giving it a little trim. Okay. The other thing you can do is, so the goal that we were going for was to have the tentacles be the same length, but you can see that, oops, you can see that some of mine are longer. You could keep it like that. I'm just going to give it a little trim so that they're all the same length. Oops. Okay, hair, a jellyfish hair dresser. I think, oh, I guess this is sort of, oopsie. Boom, that's good enough. Okay, so now we have the base of the jellyfish, the tentacles, and now we get to do what I think is the best part, which is give our jellyfish a face. And you could give it any sort of personality you want. He can be grumpy, he can be happy, he can be funny, goofy, whatever you want. And I keep saying he. This one, and we'll just say it's a he, but it can be whatever you want it to be. It does not have to match me. Okay. So this is where the googly eyes come in. If you don't have them, don't worry about it. You can just draw on a face. So I'm going to pick these yellow googly eyes and get one out. See, I'm gonna put this on, and my way of doing it is I take my glue stick, I'm going to pick where I want the eyes to land. I'll do it first. Oops, like that, see? And then to make the eyes really stay, I'm gonna put more glue on the back of the googly eyes, which just keeps it really locked in place. Oopsie, there we go. Let's do the other one. Boom. Okay. So now he's got eyes, but he needs a mouth. So I'm gonna give him a very funny little smile. Like that. Made him a little wavy mouth. He's a little nervous, you know? What do you think I should name him? Maybe, oh, he's so tiny. I feel like his name is just Tiny. I don't know. He's a very happy jellyfish. Okay, oops, knocked over my arm. So this is our finished product. Isn't he cute? Do you guys like it? So should I put him up with the other guys? This is just in my house, you know, but just so he can be with his friends. I'll put him up. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you all had a great time and you made some really beautiful, funny, interesting, unique jellyfish. And I hope everyone has a great day. Bye.